Hey everyone, finished watching the next Golan the Insatiable episode, Dear Uncle Gerald. Dylan and Golan are going to bed, and suddenly Dylan is snatched out of bed by a silhouetted figure. The next day, Golan finds the house empty. Dylan's parents are taking her to her Uncle Gerald's funeral, and they purposefully left Golan behind. Dylan's excited to see her first dead body, but wishes Golan was there. Dylan calls Golan on her sister's phone, but gets it taken away before she can say where they are. At the Beekler residence, Golan has the mayor there. He called him along with the police because he thought the family was kidnapped. He sees a picture of Alexis on the mayor's phone. It's a selfie taken recently, so now he knows their location. The Beeklers make it to the funeral, and Dylan is disappointed to find that her Uncle Gerald was cremated. Golan makes it to the funeral drunk. Richard takes him outside and yells at him that he's not family and has no place at a family event. This doesn't bother Golan much, and he just proceeds to ask Dylan for help with a new scheme. Dylan cuts her aunt's wheelchair brakes and pilfers her uncle's ashes. Golan has a deer, the vessel, to feed Uncle Gerald ashes to. They feed the deer the ashes and bring it to Richard, who's in the middle of a shower. Golan tells him that the deer is Uncle Gerald and he can say his goodbyes to him in person. It turns out this was Golan's attempt at doing something nice for the family. Dylan then admits that she didn't actually steal her uncle's ashes, as his last wish was to have them spread over a lake. Richard gets beaten up by the deer because it turns out it just ate coffee grounds. The Beeklers agree to take Golan with them to spread Uncle Gerald's ashes, symbolizing that he is considered a part of the family. Golan, though, says he doesn't care anymore. This is the episode that got me interested in the show. It's one of the funniest. The humor is suitably dark, as well as quirky and strange, which I really like. There's a lot of nice character moments here with Dylan and Golan. Richard gets some good scenes too. It's a shame he gets cut from the second season completely. The mayor makes another appearance, and I like him. He's a goofy little jelly bean-shaped man. He tells Golan that he follows all the town's teenage girls on Instagram, which is why he has Alexis's selfie. And that ties into the plot of how Golan finds out where the Beeklers are. Dylan cutting the brakes to her aunt's wheelchair doesn't really get a payoff or resolution. It's just meant to be a distraction in the moment, and it never really comes back in any way. There's some funny banter between Golan, Dylan, and the deer, or about the deer. Some of their funniest interactions so far, and the cap to everything is Golan's apathy to being included after making a big deal about being left out. So yeah, I freaking love this episode. It's really good, but being a comedy, it's kind of hard to analyze it too deeply without giving away a lot of the jokes. So I definitely recommend going and checking out Golan the Insatiable for yourself, especially this episode. I think this is a particularly strong episode and gives kind of a feel for what the majority of the show is. I'd say if you like this episode, then definitely check out the rest of the series. If you don't like this episode, yeah, you're probably not going to like the rest of the series. That's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
Funerals are a lot more fun when there is a body. But this is what Gerald wanted, a boring funeral.